All right, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching the video. Welcome back to another episode of Leaner by the Day. This is going to be episode 7 so far, and don't worry, I have lots more coming. I already have plenty sitting here ready to edit, ready to add narration to. So if you guys do enjoy the series, make sure you guys leave a like. Really does help me, really does let me know that you guys enjoy this kind of content. So as always, starting out with the push day, it seems almost always we start with some kind of flat press and then we move into the overhead press. I have not been recording the flat pressing just because it's not really something I'm exactly excited about. It's not something I'm particularly proud of. My flat bench on a barbell is mediocre, to say something positive about it. But, you know, when it comes down to bodybuilding, it really shouldn't matter how much weight you push. And this really isn't me defending my low weight, but when it comes to pressing and bodybuilding, it's all about squeezing. It's always about time under tension or TUT. So when you're lifting for bodybuilding, you should be focusing on time under tension, being able to squeeze the muscle, contract the muscle, having that mind to muscle connection, of course, if possible. Some people haven't figured that out yet. I've been lucky enough to figure it out. So that's something I've enjoyed so far. Overhead pressing really has been something I've enjoyed in this contest prep. Not that I'm moving big weight at all, if you look at my weight, but I do feel a great squeeze in my shoulders and even a little bit in the upper chest, just because I put the barbell a little bit in the front. Excuse me. Always when I'm here editing, it's after quite a few protein shakes and a significantly large meal, so I always got good gas in the form of burps, of course. And you can see my training partner coming over here to mess with me. So I've enjoyed his company so far. Finishing up here on the overhead press, this was definitely not one of the heavier days. Sometimes I just don't feel it. I think it was one day I got up to 95 pounds, but every other time is just not impressive. Not putting up a lot of numbers. I mean, it's a 45 and a 10 and maybe a 5 on each end, and I'm 220 plus pounds and decent size, and I can't move it worth crap. I just really don't understand. I went through Alan Thrall's video about overhead pressing and resting the weight on your lats. But that still hasn't been able to help me too much. Of course, I'm trying to limit the drive from the hips and from the lower body. And I even, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, earlier this week, it'll probably be around episode 10, I tried messing around with the kind of like the inflection where right as you overhead press, as the barbell is going up, you move your shoulders back and drive upwards to almost like a power clean or a snatch, I guess, where you're locking out the elbows. I tried that a little bit and it really would not agree with my left shoulder. So we kind of abandoned that very quickly and got back to more strict muscling the overhead press. And I feel like that's going to be better for developing my shoulders for size compared to strength or technique, as it's not something I particularly care about. Moving into what I would consider my #1 mass building movement for my shoulders is the lateral delt dumbbell raises. Now, I have been messing around with this a little bit. As you can see here in the last clip and this clip, you can see my wrists are tilted downwards, and that's how I've always done the overhead presses, and I've done them usually with a little bit of an elbow tilt, but you can actually see at the end of this clip, my arms are actually going a lot wider than they used to. Hopefully in this next clip a little bit, you really see me trying to really wing out, really let the arms get out there, and even a little bit to the point where the hands are going to be parallel, knuckles parallel compared to knuckles declined or downwards. So I've been kind of messing around with that a little bit with the lateral raises. It's a nice squeeze. It's a nice feel. Something new for you guys, the lying barbell skull crushers. Now, some people would consider this wrong, and they would say to use the easy bar, or the I don't even know what to call it besides an easy bar, but the, I don't know, the noodle looking one that goes up and down and whatnot. People would say to use that one mostly, but I've been using the straight bar and it's just fine. Doesn't hurt the elbows, doesn't hurt the wrists too much. I haven't recorded this just because I can never find a good angle, but the longer we get into this contest prep and the more footage I record, the better angles I'm finding. Lighting is always tricky, but you know, actually I kind of like this here. You can see the triceps a little bit. Unfortunately, if you can kind of see in the midsection where the ribs are, the hips are internally rotated, so it's not as strong as it could be. Something I've kind of messed around with off camera is having my legs upwards, kind of like say you were bench pressing without your legs using the drive off the ground, and you just kind of have them cross-legged, just kind of hanging out there, like right there, almost, just kind of having them upwards. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know how to call that. It's kind of awkward. But I kind of messed around with that, and I noticed it felt a lot better. Same with, what do you call it? The dumbbell pullovers. I'm still having a hard time isolating the back and the lats for the pullovers, but I'm really hitting it hard in the chest section. So when we actually do pullovers for chest day, I really feel the squeeze. But unfortunately, I can't really feel it in the back. So guys, let me know. Leave a comment below if you guys know what could fix that. I'm very interested in learning and very interested in perfecting my contest prep. You know, trying to get the best bang for the buck. Of course, if you guys know this gym, the Genesis off of Vivian in Kansas City, make sure you guys swing by and say hi between 4 and 6 p.m. I'm usually there. I usually don't say hi. I don't recognize people. My head's down. I'm usually really in the zone, so you really got to flag me down if you actually do recognize me. But I'm friendly. I don't bite. I'd love to meet you guys, especially if you train there already and you guys are just stumbling upon this because of a tag or, you know, something like that, like a Google Maps tag where it's like, oh, well, so-and-so is here. Definitely say hi. Not too much else for the rest of the video. We got the tricep extensions coming up here in a couple seconds. Pretty much that one's pretty simple. I've always thought that I got a better squeeze, better bang for the buck with a single hand, but with the program it says just to use the dual hand, or really just doesn't really say it, but it's just implied. But I don't know. I feel for tricep development, I've kind of tapped out on the extensions here with the rope. With the skull crushers, the dumbbell variation, I've noticed the most change, the most soreness. I usually am not sore from chest or back day whatsoever anymore. And that might just because my body's used to the kind of training. That's something I could address with my coach and talk about. But all in all, you know, I'm still getting good pumps, still getting good squeezes. I mean, the funny thing is that even talking now, I'm getting a Charlie horse in my left arm, left forearm, because I'm actually holding my mic. So that's actually kind of funny. You know, I still do get Charlie horses sometimes, but not so much really anything else. And I feel like that's just the way I do my hammer curled with the rope on this same machine here, same position on back days. Myself, I really do feel a lot more squeeze because I don't think before I had much development there. But whoo, guys, for 9 minutes of rambling, I do appreciate you guys staying in here and watching the video. Of course, check out all my affiliate links. I really do appreciate the support. Buy the apparel if you want, ironprideapparel.com. I really do appreciate it. I would appreciate it. It is December 28th, and I will be purchasing my vinyl printer and heat press tonight to make the prototypes for the new releases. So look forward to that on Instagram. Make sure you check out the Instagram link in the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Lean by the Day.